Yo, what is good, y'all? Tonight, we're going to be talking about some crypto news that just broke out earlier today, right? AWS, Amazon Web Service, partners with Avalanche to scale blockchain solutions for enterprises and governments. This news right here is big. So let's go ahead and scroll down. So, Amazon Web Services has partnered with Avalanche, the company building out Layer 1 blockchain, Avalanche, to help scale blockchain adoption across enterprises, institutions, and governments. The two firms exclusively told TechCrunch, right? Looking forward, Web3 and blockchain is inevitable. Howard Wright, Vice President and Global Head of Startups at AWS, said to TechCrunch, no one can call the time or date or quarter that it's going to happen and it'll be mainstream. But we've seen the cycles of growth before. The velocity of this one seems like it's accelerating and we're just excited to be a part of this. The partnership intends to make it easier for individuals to launch and manage nodes on Avalanche while also aiming to give the network more strength and flexibility for developers. AWS will support Avalanche's infrastructure and decentralized application, or dApps, ecosystem, alongside one-click node deployments through its marketplace. The affiliation will also include Avalabs joining AWS Activate, a program that helps startups and early-stage entrepreneurs get started on its platform. So it seems like they're aiming towards those startups, right? Because blockchain is it's here, it's coming, But the crazy thing is that kind of makes sense, right? Avalanche is a blockchain with the fastest time to finality, meaning transactions, contract transactions, happens really fast and it finalizes really fast. It's the fastest one at point of finality, right? So let's continue. For us, this means a lot of things, John Wu, president of Avalabs, said to TechCrunch. We have over 500 applications on the chain, and we would love to give them a better experience. And now we have a real partnership that can direct to the Activate program. On top of that, our users are always looking for a better experience. The one-click node is an incredible way to do it. A number of blockchains already use AWS to power their network. About 25% of all Ethereum workloads in the world run on AWS. According to its website, the technology itself is natively agnostic and supports all blockchain protocols. Wright said, though this is AWS' first foundational partnership with a blockchain. So they mentioned about 25% of all Ethereum workloads in the world run on AWS. The nodes run on AWS, but this is like an actual partnership between AWS and Avalanche. This is not running nodes and just leaving it out there and just having them run. No, this is an actual partnership. Avalab plans to add its subnet deployment as a managed service to the AWS marketplace. So both individuals and institutions can launch their own custom subnets easily. Subnets are a part of Avalanche scaling solution that divert traffic away from the main blockchain and allows projects to stake its native token, AVAX, while creating their own layer 1 or layer 2 blockchain. This is the beginning of something much, much bigger, Wu said, adding that the subnets will allow developers to spin up their own blockchain, a full blockchain in Amazon very easily, right? So you can spin up your own blockchain within those chains, hence the subnets. Last quarter, Avalanche started developing 5 to 6 live subnets, Wu said. But in the testnet phase, there are over 100 subnets that will be deployed in the next 6 to 12 months at least. We're looking forward to sharing this partnership with the hundreds of subnets that will be launched this year. So I'm excited about what this can be, not just what it is. Wright echoed that sentiment when you multiply activate times Avalanche times subnets, you have something that's a seminal moment. I think blockchain technology will become a commonplace and used in our marketplace by developers. Avalabs has also become a member of the AWS Partner Network, APN, giving the firm access to deploy offerings on AWS with more than 100,000 partners in over 150 countries. Wright said, AWS Partner Network with Avalabs and Avalanche is the jet fuel for blockchain and crypto that will democratize access for all corners of the world. Avalanche is far from the first startup to come through Amazon's network, Wright shared. Over 200,000 startups came through our doors, so we know what excellence look like. That's including Netflix, Uber, Airbnb. They have redefined verticals, and we have the audacity to think others like them are out there, including Ava, however you want to pronounce it. We're still in the early stages of enterprises and governments building on chain, but the pace of these initiatives will accelerate now that Avalanche and AWS are delivering a more complete and more reliable solution for their needs, Sire added. So the article goes a little bit more. It goes in more, but I can just tell you right now, we're moving from this Web 2 era, right, to this Web 3, they call it. A lot of the businesses I can see are going to be starting subnets in the C chain, because that's where you usually create the smart contracts. The smart contracts is on the C chain. The X chain is where you actually hold the AVAX. They make transactions that way. But let's say you're a bank, right? Or some government entity or anything of that matter. You're creating smart contracts. Well, AVAX, the Avalanche blockchain, is backwards compatible with the Ethereum blockchain. That's since why it uses the C chain. That chain is backwards compatible with Ethereum. Now, as for the future with AWS, it plans to be more proximate to developers and partners, Wright said. Not just a Seattle's headquarters. We're trying to bring this to the proverbial 7 kids in a garage somewhere, and we're going to be more proximate and nimble with high value partners like Ava. So I think in technology we're heading into this era now where, sort of like how the 80s were, how the 70s, late 70s, 80s, early 80s, how you had these, all these different startups because of the freedom, right, in this country where you can start up anything. I see that coming, I see that starting to speed up again during this time. You have social things from social media to blockchain now that's enabled the freedom to create startups, different websites for funding, right? Me doing this podcast about tech, right? Like all that, you can do pretty much anything in this country. And I see this blockchain stuff becoming really huge. Now, the U.S. is very, the U.S. need to catch up on this stuff. Foreign countries are already in on it, right? They're way ahead when it comes to this stuff. However, we can get to this point, but there still needs to be regulation, I believe, especially when it comes to this smart contract stuff. So as more companies starts to get in on this, I do believe regulation will come into play, but it will help the crypto community, the crypto industry, I believe, in my opinion. We need the regulation. So once we get that, more companies are going to start coming in, more institutional investors will start coming in, whatever it is, right? Whatever innovation it is, regulation is always going to come about. It's not going to be the Wild West with anything. So this is great news in my opinion. Hopefully we start to see more companies utilizing blockchain. Microsoft is also utilizing that too. They're doing their Ethereum stuff too as well. But I do see Azure as well as going and trying to investigate what's the fastest blockchain, what's the more secure blockchain to do things on, which blockchain doesn't suffer from massive outages every single day, right? These companies are looking at that. Amazon had done their research. I can see the points as why they chose Avalanche. It's the point to finality, the speed of it, the subnets, which adds more security to its blockchain. And the me going through the Avalanche blockchain, the ecosystem is very huge. It's very heavy on DAOs, right? There's so many different DAOs and games related on there. But the ecosystem is really moving, in my opinion. I do see that. Polygon is cool too. Polygon, I believe, is going to get a partnership besides just the Disney one that happened in the past, a while ago. But I do think Polygon is going to, grab its stuff too as well. Who is going to be, I don't know. Ethereum, just because of it being very heavy and slow, right, compared to the other blockchains. Ethereum is very secure compared to these newer ones, but not just the security aspect of it, but the a lot of these blockchains, like Avalanche itself, it depends on the Ethereum virtual machine. It's like the granddaddy of all of these smart contracts platforms. So this is getting interesting. Still early technology, I believe, but I do believe we're going to start seeing a lot more partnerships coming our way, whether it's Microsoft, Amazon, Apple. I actually see Apple partnership with Polygon. I see them actually partnering with Polygon, but we have Apple, Google, right? It'll be crazy. Like, it'll be cool, right? Like, if all the tech companies, right, they all had their partnership with a blockchain. Like, with Microsoft, you have, I don't know, Ethereum or whatever. With Google, you have, I don't know. With Apple, you have Polygon. With Amazon, you have Avalanche, right? It's pretty funny. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this little talk. I like talking and talking on, but this stuff excites me. I like stuff a lot. I like to speculate too. So yeah, guys, keep slowly investing in crypto. I've always been a crypto advocate. I do see this stuff going and popping off. It is early, but you're not going to notice the adoption just like a flick of a switch. It's going to happen gradually, and you won't notice. All this stuff is happening in the background. So if you have anything left over, you're not going to use that quarter, or I don't know, that $5. Hey, if you're not worried about losing that $5, what are you gonna do? Spend it on a cup of coffee? Hey, just throw it in some type of crypto project like Polygon. Just leave it there, right? That's all. You don't have to invest your life savings in it. Take it slow. So yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you all had a good hope you all have a good night. Hope you all enjoyed this talk. And yeah, go crypto. See you all later.